Yeah, so this is the day the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. It is today's live on Equa Television International. We're so glad and happy that you could join us on today's edition. It's Monday, and we talk about work on Monday. So, are there dramas in your cubicles, like in that corner where you belong to? It can be market, it can be school, the organization, company, your own personal business place. Like, what are the dramas that take place? Or maybe yours is without drama because you decided to draw some lines and this is how far you can go, this is how far he can go. Nobody can dare cross this boundary. Are they dramas? If they are not, you can join the conversation. Our phone lines will be displayed on the screen, and that's our WhatsApp line. You can do well to just chat us and tell us about some of the dramas and how we can also avoid it if it is possible to avoid it. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube at Equa Television International. My name is Joyce Jakada. I'm not doing this alone. Engineer Tony J. Nakali is here. Is right here. Samu Solomon.
Good morning and welcome.
Jemima, someone said
Good
last
morning.
week that when you just introduced him, he was taking his tea. Why didn't you allow him to finish taking his tea? And then today,
Who is the someone? We can't be discussing official issues on personal grounds out there. Please, who is the someone?
and I'm just wondering how that today she will meet him again taking his coffee. Yes, he says she.
In other words, there were other things that were discussed.
In that cubicle.
Yeah. Yeah, we discussed a lot of things, money issue, money matter, ideas, and lots more.
There's nobody here to ask me to use my mic. Let me just use it. But I thought somebody was going to be concerned enough to say, you have a mic as well. Use it.
I did, but it was in my mind.
That's my mind reader. Hello, Africa. What's happening? It's today's live on Equa Television International. Are you serious about your work? Huh?
Yeah.
Don't be lying in church. I'm your GM. I know all your
Rate.
capacity. On the scale of 1 to 10, let's rate Joyce Zakara.
Based on what?
What are you discussing? Based on what?
Okay.
Based on making shoe.
Based on capacity.
Let's rate Joyce Zakada on the scale of 1 to 10. How do you rate her work, her ethics, working ethics and skills?
8.5.
Her work ethics and skills.
8.5.
I didn't hear.
8.5.
I said, how do you rate her work ethics and skills?
Okay. I thought
On
you
the
were
rate
talking about
of
percentage.
yes, on the scale of 1 to 10.
Yes, 8.5.
You didn't hear the question.
You said on a scale of 1 to 10,
It's
right?
Joyce Jakada I'm talking
Yes.
about. Rate her work skills and her work
On a
ethics
scale
and
of
skills.
1 to 10.
Yes.
8.5 over 10. Right?
Did you hear the person I'm referring to?
Yes,
I
I
said
did.
Joyce Jakada.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes.
And you say 8 and what?
8.5.
2.5. Rate her, please. Sorry, Solo. Rate her for me. Let me hear your rating of her.
Okay, let me
Of her.
remove the 0.5.
You give her 8. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how far we have come with this life. I can't sit here and be tolerating liars on set in church. Joyce, rate yourself on the scale of 1 to 10. She will tell the truth now.
On Christ the solid rock I stand.
That's not it. I'm not asking for digits. I'm asking for words. Rate yourself.
On Christ the solid rock.
It is amazing. Before you can be able to say, this is how this topic is applicable in my life, you should also be able to rate how far you have gone as a worker, regardless of the organization. You remember it was on today's live that I think it was on today's live that I said, work and career, which one is more important? It wasn't on today's live. I think it was in the staff.
You mentioned it here in person, and then
Yes.
you mentioned it at the meeting. So.
You must take your career more important than your work. That is the only way it can reflect in your work. Because if you take your work more important than your career, your work is not your career is the work.
Mm.
So you have to put intentional efforts in making sure that your career is built by working well at
Mm.
work.
Mm.
Make intentional efforts in making sure that your career is built by working well at work. Because there is no way you can come and do what the office wants you to do in the absence of building that career that you have. In the first place, what gave you the job is the career that you have.
Mm.
How come we don't have plumbers in Equa Television? Because we don't do plumbing work as much.
Mm.
Do we need their services? Yes. When we do, what do? We call them, they do it, and we go.
Mm.
But our concern is good English speaking people. Our concern is people with theater arts background. Our concern is people with mass communication background. Our concern is people that are creative in nature. Our concern is people that are artistically knowledged. These are the people that first of all we are interested upon.
Mm.
And then secondly, we need people that will manage the money that we have. Then we have the accounts unit. Then we need people that will organize staffing. And that is why we have the human resource and admin. But heads and shoulders above all of these other ranks and offices, we need the people that will make the work of these other people relevant. Because in the absence of these people, they are jobless in our own case.
Mm-hmm.
So, firstly, you must sit down and say, I have committed myself to growing my career. If my career is grown, it will take care of everything in terms of goals set by my organization. But if not, you are bothered about work. Before long, you find out that you are frustrated. Why are you frustrated? Because you think you are not contributing. No, you are contributing, but you are contributing wrongly. So that is why you see everybody is paddling the boat. Everybody is walking. Everybody is running, but we are not covering distance. Because we are all encircled by this theory of walk. So we end up walking, but walking the wrong way. We end up walking, but doing the wrong walk. We end up walking. We even sweat in the process of doing it. Why? But we are not hitting target. We are not doing what is expected. So that must be understood. Because when you come to work, there's what you are asked to do. That we believe your career, the career within you, is capable of taking care of that assignment.
And I think additionally, absence of purpose and then the mindset of growth is what makes people just traditionally come to work and just work and just go without any impact being felt by themselves or the organization or the company where they work. But you see, when you have purpose, when there's purpose, it is said that without purpose, abuse is inevitable. And that's why anything that comes, you just find yourself, I can fit into anything. Because you just feel that, oh, it is expected that after school I should just get a job that will pay me and then just do it at the end of the month, get paid and go. But when there is purpose beyond, like, as important as your salary or the whatever money you're going to be getting at the end of the day, you're more bothered about growth. And that's why every day you go to work, you are excited because it's another opportunity for you to learn and be better version of yourself. So for people that see work beyond the tradition of just waking up in the morning and just going to work and just coming back, oh, today the time is really slow. Like, it's still 12, it's still 2. Like, these are people that have made it just a tradition. Let me just do it and get paid and just go home. But somebody that is deliberate about growing and being better, he sees every day, every work day as an opportunity to become better. So that is why the person can close from work and then sit down like how did the day go? And then what did I do today? And you're not happy that you're unable to achieve this, you're unable to achieve that. But though, tomorrow is another opportunity to try again. How can I do better tomorrow? So you're now saying, oh, I did this, I didn't get it well. This is when I go tomorrow, I'll try it this other way so that I can do it better as well. So the mindset, how people approach work I think it needs to change. Majority or majorly, people just see it as, let's just go, is this contract I signed to just do what they give me to do, and then at the end of the day, and that's why people tell you that this is not my jurisdiction. Like how I didn't apply to do this, that I say I can work under pressure does not mean you should push me to my breaking point. If you try that, I will resign from your work and go. I cannot come and kill myself. So I think it's very important that as you work, there's purpose. Just make sure that purpose is defined, and it is in that you're thinking of your career, you're thinking of building yourself. Someone that is really into his or her career want to see that he grows to become better every day. There's somebody up there that you're looking at in your own field too, that you wish that you get to where the person is. So in identifying or in moving a particular line of career or business, you should see yourself growing and becoming better. I think that's going to shape and guide one's action or attitude towards work.
Outside work, this is something I really want us to talk about and maybe debate. Outside work, what gives people relevance in the society?
The ability to do things generally
Gives you
the relevance.
in a society.
Yes.
What kind of things?
Just anything at all. The
Okay,
ability.
as in
Skill.
the absence
Solve
of
problem.
what I mean is, in the absence of you having a job, in the absence of like in the thick mist of unemployment. This is what I think.
When you have good character, you have relevance. People respect you.
Okay, outside of work,
Mm.
if you don't have a job, how do you gain relevance within a society?
How you comport yourself,
Okay.
your attitude, the manner you portray, even the ones you do not portray, because in the long run, people would still get to see
Okay,
it.
that's a very good one. How long do you think these qualities that you mentioned will keep you relevant within the society?
For as long as possible.
For as long as
Possible.
okay, so if you do not have a job, people will still attach relevance to you
Yes.
in a society,
Yes.
and you are sure about that.
Yes.
Okay, what kind of society are you talking about? Because as far as I know, living within a community comes with the challenges, with certain challenges. You have to contribute for the development of the community. You have to do all of that, and you are jobless and you don't do that.
And in doing all of this, you are hoping and aiming to get a job.
That's why
at
I
the end of
asked,
the day.
for how long
Yes.
would you get this relevance?
If you have all this relevance, you would want to see how much you can
So
do
let's
to
say for
see
10
that
years you do
eventually
not have a
get
job. For 10 years you do not have a job. How long within the 1 to the 10th year, the first to the 10th year, how long do you think you remain relevant?
It to be limited, really.
But give a ballpark figure, like how long?
Barely 2 years out of
Okay.
10 years.
So what do you think people without jobs face in their lives and outside their lives?
You face a lot.
Like,
Lack of relevance, like you have mentioned.
1,
Judgment, criticism.
2. So do you think if you have relevance but they judge you and they criticize you, you will feel fulfilled?
No.
It's important. It is scriptural.
But I
Wherever
think-
you go to.
I think there are people too today with the job that still not respected
Yes.
or being valued or being seen as relevant in the community.
They're still
so
jobless.
in the society.
They're still jobless.
So
Joyce, they're
where,
still
where do we
jobless.
place them? They have work, they have businesses, they do.
See.
So this joblessness is in the
having-
mind.
You see, when you say you have a job, assuming now, who paid your fees?
My parents.
From what
Parents.
level to what level? All through.
Yes.
Okay. do they have jobs?
Yes.
Okay, assuming that they had the jobs and could not pay your fees, and you went into prostitution, but it did not pay your fees, and you stopped because you got sick, and you are helpless. What is the importance of that job to your life?
Theirs, you mean?
Yes,
It's of no importance.
that
to
means
me.
your parents are jobless.
Not
I want-
physically, but in the mind.
I want us physically and whatever.
Because physically they have a job.
No, they have a place
So
they
if-
go to that you
okay.
don't care about.
Okay.
You don't care about. You see, when we start talking about this word irresponsibility or irresponsible, that word is a very pregnant word. It's a very pregnant word. It has a lot in it. When you don't have job, you'll be disrespected whatever you do. It might be within or outside, but you'll be disrespected. If you have a job and the job is not relevant, if the job is not adding value to your immediate family and you are jobless. Okay, where is the money going to? The purpose why you got the job is not met.
In fact, there are people that will reject gifts from certain people that
Exactly,
have jobs and
especially-
businesses because
Especially in
attitude or
Africa.
character.
Especially in Africa. There is a woman that a man gave money to her kids. She took the money off their hands and threw it at him. This happened a very long time ago. I was very young, but I still remember that story. And I was watching, I was right there. She said, "Why would you give my children money? You can't even 100 naira like this, you can't give your family. You are giving my children money for what? We don't want your cost money." So you see, the reason for this question is to bring everybody that has a job to the reality of what work means. Some people think work is just to get something so that they can pay bills. No, it's beyond that. I think you try to start saying, you try to start explaining that, but it's not too sharp. You try to start saying that, but sharpness fail you.
My God.
But honestly, Joyce packed up that conversation. She said some people without purpose. I think there was a way you put it. You made it.
Abuse is inevitable.
But there was a way you defined something also earlier about jobs and all of that, and people just wake up in the morning. If I don't go today, they will remove today's money from my salary. But we don't know that every day is a salary. We think it's at the end of the month. No, they just accumulate it. But every day has a salary
Yes.
for what you have done. And then you think it's the end of the month, they just pay it. Okay, so for what are they paying you for? They're paying you for from 1st to the 30th or 31st, as the case may be. But I want people to understand that work is a responsibility. If people are working so that they can pay bills, we wouldn't have security men. We wouldn't have cleaners. We wouldn't know. Everybody would want to be a governor. Everybody wants to be a commissioner. Everybody wants to be a president. So you pick the job that your abilities can respond to. That is why today you have bank managers and you have people that are saying, "God forbid, nobody can pay me. I have to pay myself." I was reading an article about the owner of is it Google? I think the owner of YouTube. No, Google. I think so. His salary dropped from $99 million per month to $67 million per month, and the whole world. That was when we found out that this is how much they pay this man monthly.
Okay.
Yes, that's when I found out. This is how much they paid. I cannot remember the figures exactly. You can't hold me to that if you are watching, those of you who criticize openly. But it's 90 something million down to 60 something million. I think 96 to 67 or 66 or something. And someone tried to make a meme of it. He was like, "Oh, my salary has dropped. His salary has dropped. How can he buy gas? How can he pay bills? How can he do that?" So they were just making a jest of the man. But that's somebody's salary. Guess who are the ones paying him? You and I. Do you use Google? Do you use Google? Do you use Google? So we are his employers. And that is how we must understand work. The policeman on the street, you are his employer. Not the federal government. Yes, you are his employer. Because his money is paid from your tax. You pay taxes. And Nigerians think they don't pay taxes. You do. You do.
You go to the market daily.
You do. You don't even think about going to the market daily. Have you ever seen a deduction on your phone?
Yes.
You just pay tax. People just tax you everywhere. So you pay it. The person that is removing that money is also paying the government. So why don't the people have regards? It's because you have not done another job well. What is the job? Of knowing what your human rights are. So you see, when we are talking about work, let's not limit it to XYZ bank where I go to work. You also have a job at home. You have work at home, madam. You are a married woman. You have work at home. You bring money to support your husband. I don't know how you people do it, but the last time he told me that your money is your money. You don't bring a dime. He told me that in the dream. So you have a job. You bring money home. You support your husband. If your son is running temperature and it costs 200 naira to buy PCM for the child, and you say, his father has traveled until he comes back. Me, I don't know what to do. Meanwhile, you have 40,000 naira in your bank account, or 30 or 20. You say it's your husband's responsibility. You have failed in that part of your job. Job is not work, it is responsibility. Until you see it that way, you are irresponsible. People have been coming to work, earning salary, and they buy food at home, but they're still irresponsible. I have been irresponsible. Once in a while, I become irresponsible. And this is why. As a leader, sometimes I try to show up early to be an example to the rest of the people following. It's not a right. It's a responsibility. When I fail, I become irresponsible. You see the work that is on everybody. When you fail, you become irresponsible. You spilled coffee on the floor. And then you left it there. And then you came and sat on the show. Do you know why you're irresponsible? Have people called you to say they are sorry over something they have done? No, everybody can make mistakes. They say if pencils have erasers, then human beings can make mistakes, right? But some mistakes are deliberate. You will not believe. Some mistakes are deliberate. When you are pressing phone and you are doing something and you made a mistake, we don't call that it's an intentional act. You don't call that a mistake. So when you come to work, there are certain people that you friend at work. It helps you as a staff. On the other hand, there are people you friend as work. It can even cost you your job. It's not the friendship that is the problem. It's the reason why you are friending that person. It's the reason. If you are friending the person so that every time Joyce makes a move, you can criticize her and judge her, is a wrong reason to have a friend. If you are friending Solo because he is intelligent in editing and you want to get close to that level, is amazing reason to be engrossed to someone. There are people I look up to in this life. Right? Anything they do, even if it's a mistake, I try to do the same kind of mistake so that I can also brag that I made such a mistake because it is coming from someone that I respect so well. I look at a lot of people and I admire their flair for work. You cannot believe. See, from a distance, there are people I look. Jamila, why are you not sitting here? It just occurred to me that you went. Are we cool? Or did I do something?
No.
Okay. Are we cool?
You are cool.
You left me to be on the wrong side. I'm just wondering.
She don't want a permanent seat in the council.
Okay. It's fine. You don't want a permanent seat.
You're
but
on the wrong side, Emma.
Jemima does not answer questions. You have not noticed. She has a laughter that says yes. She has another one that says no.
You know, earlier before the show, I was telling. I think I was discussing.
I was in the middle of a statement.
You're thinking
Well, what
of
did I
tea
say
now.
last? Point. What was the last point I made?
Jemima, where did you sit where you are sitting? I was telling Sambo Solomon how that there are people that I meet. In fact, if I don't have a note, like if I don't have a book to write, I'll quickly go to my phone to put on the recorder. Like, you need to go back, sit and listen to them over and over again.
Joyce, how do you feel when you meet somebody?
Mm.
When you're talking to people and there are people who know you and they are taking notes, how do you feel? Note is not for the person talking. It's for you that
Yes.
doesn't have much brain. It's true now. If you have much more brain than the person talking, why do you need notes?
There's no need. There's no
But
need.
no knowledge is wasted.
True.
There are people who don't take notes. Why? Because they have strong retentive memory.
Yeah,
Their
true.
abilities to
True.
you know,
Retain.
yes, their ability. They don't have to write. I don't do a lot of writing. I don't do a lot of reading. But the things that I've stored up in my mind, I think people that have read and people who love writing, they don't have that. It's something I developed. I didn't have all. You see, when they say if you are looking for if you want to hide information from a black man,
Write in a book.
put it. I'm
Put
not
it in
black.
writing.
It's the sun that's looked upon me. So put it in a book. They were really. My name is on the top of the list of the people they are talking about. The only thing I read is Bible. 6 ways to do this, 7 ways to be, 8 ways to deal with Joyce Jakada and all. I don't read that. I know exactly how to deal with her.
I thought we were discussing drama in the cubicle. Like, this is part one of it, you know. But it's fine.
Wow!
This is one of it.
It's part of
It's
the
part
drama.
of
You know?
it.
This
Drama,
is the brow for it all. Thank you. We will deal with this issue after the show, but let's pretend to be co-workers while the show is on.
Nobody call him now.
Today is Monday, right?
Yes.
They should look at her face tomorrow. They will see differences on the
And
face.
Mr. Victor is putting the face.
Drama in the cubicle.
He's an editor. He's a brilliant editor. Anywhere there is action, that's where his shot goes. What do you mean?
Yes, drama in the cubicle. So it's still part
So
of the show.
I'm the
It's
lead
part of the
character.
show.
She's trying to say,
It's
like you
a-
can see, I'm acting.
like you see, I was so happy when you mentioned. I think this is another. It gave me a new dimension to work when you mentioned seeing work as responsibility. And when you fail, it means you are irresponsible. Like, just imagine you are employed to be this, and then you come to work and close, and
Why
you
do
do
I
not do.
keep feeling I should interrupt you? The points are just coming. Go ahead.
So just think about it, that you come to work and what you are being given as responsibility, you don't do and you go.
And you are so comfortable.
So that's irresponsibility. Do you know there are people that fight you because you remind them that you're supposed to do this thing? This is what you're paid to do.
Joyce, there's nothing wrong. At this point, I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you. There's nothing wrong. And I'm sorry for interrupting you. There's nothing wrong with being irresponsible. But there's everything wrong with being comfortable, becoming an irresponsible person.
True.
Because irresponsibility is not a bad thing as a word. Do you understand? But it's a bad thing as a practice. It's not a bad thing as a word. Irresponsibility is not a bad thing as a word, but it's a bad thing as a practice. If I fail to do something today, and I felt bad that I didn't do it, and and I promise myself that I'll be at work earlier tomorrow to finish up that thing that I didn't do yesterday before I start what is expected of me today. I got to be irresponsible, but my responsibility woke up and dealt with that. That is how life is. It's not the man that is falling that is the problem. It's his decision of remaining on that floor. So I want people to always know that, look, even the person that is paying your salary is not perfect. But he has worked upon his irresponsibilities. That's why he got to that level. If you remain in one place, you will not be recognized even as an organization. You will not be. There are people that are just filling up spaces at workplaces.
Filling up spaces.
Yes, they're just filling up spaces. It's not like they are being paid. You are receiving a cost. It's not a salary. That is why some people wonder, why are things not working in my life? It's a law of nature. Whatever you put in, you will get back. Something that I struggled with, and I promise you I won't say anything on the show again until you ask me to say something. Something that can only happen.
In my dream.
What was I going to say?
So I'm a very
Something
big
that
God.
happened.
Huh?
Say something that happened.
I can't even remember the thing anymore. Joyce is a witch. You're a Christian. You're the first Christian witch.
This one is try me and shock yourself.
Standing on the solid rock.
I'll remember it and I'll come back to that point. Honestly, very vital point. It just skipped because you see that's why you should be serious all the time. When you are with serious people. How many unserious people do we have on this side? 3. Did I count well? Solo, did I count
You are
well?
looking, I'm the 1, 2, 3. You are looking at me.
Solo, did I count well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yourself included.
Joyce, did I
You
count
said
well?
3. No?
You do not count well.
Okay.
Because if there are 4 fools, if you have 4 fools as friends,
The
you
reason
did
why
not
I
count
say
well.
yes, the counting started somewhere and it stopped somewhere.
No, you did not count well.
So, okay, let him answer. Who is exempted?
You did not count well.
I think it was Apostle Selman that said that, right?
Yes.
That if you have 5,
You did not count well.
that if you have 5
5.
and you are calling 4 people fools, that you didn't count well. You are the 5th fool.
Yes.
How can you say I have friends? So me, I know who I am. All of them like that, very foolish. They are not wise. They are. Count again.
To yourself.
Count again.
You see this issue of
Drama in the cubicle.
yeah. It is
Just
it
trying
is
to remind you. In other words, I've taken them out of the.
this issue of drama.
Make your point.
Like you said.
Disregard what she told you. Just make your original point.
He's
You are even planning
he's
to
trying
change.
to put his point.
Even if it does not relate to the drama.
Just make your point, sir. Muna G, Muna Gani, Muna Gani, come on.
I don't know why Joyce is doing this to me. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. You know,
Hey.
it's part of the drama, isn't it, Jemima?
This is my supporters club. I'm not surprised.
It starts with a heavy responsibility, and the responsibility starts with you. You see, before you get that work, there is something that pricked you. There's something that pinch you. There's something that is pushing you. Is it the power of irresponsibility of the power of being responsible? You have to check. Because that push, wherever you go, is that push that will remain. And if you're not careful, you will always look for that kind of pressure, that kind of energy to remain there because you feel that's your comfort zone. So you just have to know that what exactly is pushing you. What's your inspiration? What's pushing you? You see, if you start with that pressure of irresponsibility, definitely whatever is on your table, that's how you will see it. It takes the grace of God. That is, if you are coming and God help you, you have an open heart and you meet with the right person and he will tell you. Just like the way you just said me earlier about the person you encounter with somebody. Just imagine that you don't have an open heart and then somebody is saying, no, this thing, yeah, it's okay the way you approach it, but I think this is a better way to do it. The person is not saying totally like you are wrong. He's saying, if it's me, I would say, okay, if I can approach it this way and you recognize that this thing is okay, but I have a better, this is the way I choose.
Don't come and
Don't come and say it's okay, but you are thinking there's another way. Me, I just love this way and just leave me. The person doesn't have an open heart. So you must have an open heart. So God help you. You're coming with negative energy to a place because that's your drive. Because it's you. And then you are meeting somebody with a positive drive that he's thinking with what you have, you just need some little encouragement and so on and so forth, that it will put you on a higher pedestal in what you are doing, and then you are keen with that person. It's a different thing. Or coming with a negative energy, and then in that particular place, you're finding people that are coming with that same kind of mindset. You can imagine the kind of drama that will be going on. That same cycle, all they will do is to try and see how they will pull those with positive energy. And these are kind of the drama. Because anything you do, whether official or unofficial, they have something to attach to it. And that thing they will attach to it is always negative. It's always negative. So you see, it starts with you. Who are you? Ask yourself. Who are you? What do you want to achieve generally in life? And why are you in that particular place?
There are people who don't care about that. This question, you are the one saying that. Some people are like, what is this man saying? And these are people that will spend 10 years chasing things that are just shadows. Imagine you are 16 years old now, and you are beginning to envision becoming a medical doctor. But you love dropouts as friends. And then they keep telling you school is a scam. We are happy being here, man. We chill, we rest, we do all of these things, sir. Nobody should woo you into believing that anything good easily comes to you.
True.
If you want to know that nothing is easy, why did God rest? It took him thinking. It took him strength. It took him energy. It took him work. It took him a lot of things to create the world that we live in today. So he rested on a particular day. But we want to reverse it the other way around. We want to rest all the days and work one day. I do not know who is pumping rubbish to the minds of young people. Yet, these young people, when you sit with them and start discussing, they tell you, do you know so person made his first 200 million at the age of XYZ? Do you know that this person is a millionaire now and he's this? Have you cared for a day to ask his story before this news broke out? I don't know why people are even in a hurry to post successes. Because that's what the world wants to see, to believe you.
People that are not ready to go through the
Yes.
process.
This morning, somebody called me this morning and asked me a question. He said, you were not at so gathering. I said, yes. He said, are you aware about it? I said, yes, I was not informed, but I am aware. Two different things. He said when they went for that meeting, somebody said, where are the likes of Engineer Tony Nakale, XYZ, this person, ABC? They are not here. Why are we meeting? He said, these are the people that are at the forefront of this trade. And we cannot talk in their absence. So I said, oh, you people actually went? He said, yes, that at the waiting hall, before they saw the big man, some of them withdrew. And it was the most powerful people in that circle that withdrew because they didn't see 4 prominent people. So they left. And when they left, the people that are their followers there too left. So this morning I received a call. They are saying, we're expecting you people. And then I asked the person, I said, is that how you expect people? I said, if I called you now and I asked you, why were you not at my house for dinner yesterday? What will you say?
You did not invite me.
I am a very good person at staying in my house. At against going to places I'm not invited. Bukin da ba gayyace ka ban ka je ka tura kwarya dole za ka biya. Njan tura mai gyada a wurin ce masu me. So you see, you have to learn to mind your business and bury your head in your own work and work real hard to become the master of your own craft, not the master of the craft. There are so many songs out there, but people are not buying so many songs. They are buying particular songs of the people who worked on their own act, their craft. There are so many brands of wares, but some of us chose the ones that people took time to sit down and carve out, and is most fitting for our bodies. What are you doing with that job that you have? That is the question. Because that cubicle that you are in is your craft. Leave the organization. Leave other things that are happening in other cubicles. They are not your responsibility. What is your responsibility in Equa Television? HOP. Why were you directing a shoot that somebody else is producing? What is your responsibility in this office as Access Bank? Well, I'm the front desk officer. Why are you wearing GT t-shirt? Do you understand? It's not just their t-shirt, it's the inscription. The best bank you will find in Nigeria. And then you are working in a different bank.
To be my surprise, but this is what happened.
It is exactly.
We don't have to wear the inscription, but your attitude
Do you
towards
understand,
the
Joyce?
work.
Do you understand,
Yeah.
Joyce? There are a lot of people who will hear the final blast. I don't know if it's whistle they will use, or trumpet, or whatever it is. They will hear the final blast. And I wish that there will be, like they say, there will be a screen. Then they will show all the sins you have committed and all the good things you have done. Like God has that time. I don't know. But you know what? I wish that they would just come and tell us and show us as well the opportunities we missed if we were in tune with what we agreed to become. At your age, you didn't choose, your parents did not choose what you should study at the university. You told them your interest. I hear parents say, this one he say he wants to be a doctor. I don't hear them saying, this one I want him to be a. No. They say this one, he say he wants to be a doctor. This one says he wants to be. Even at a tender age, people select what they want to become. Your interest is aligning with that trade. But you see, millions of people globally have studied the same thing. But how come millions of people globally are not making it in that trade? Why? Because they have carried the trade, the entire trade, not their own trade. Because when you study, it gives you an idea of how to push your own idea concerning that trade. Today, there are so many gynecologists on the plateau. But if you count 3, they are most prominent. Why? Because they are investing on their own trade of gynecology. Today, there are so many bone doctors on the plateau. But some have said, this trade, I have to be online at least 6 hours every day. I have to go on YouTube. I have to connect with this bone doctor in India. I have to do, and then it keeps you heads and shoulders. There are people who sell clothes. Believe me, you have even bought the one you don't like because of how they approached you about what they are selling. The craft is there. If you are given a cubicle, you are told this is your cubicle. It's because you applied as a presenter. That's why they gave you a presenter cubicle. You are not GM. You are not security man. You are not office assistant. You are not, as much as you are relational, because you have a relationship by virtue of working together, there is an extent to your relationship with them. Why is the office assistant saying, Kai, this sickness that the GM is treating, hi, I don't have time to go and escort him tomorrow. Why? The GM is foolish enough to go and discuss his sickness with his office assistant. There are certain things you should not hear from certain staff about other people. You understand the point? But then you open your mouth, wow, after you said it, you come back to them and say, see, because I told you something about me does not mean you should go on. No, that's not how it works. You have told me, I decide what to do with the information. Freely I receive, freely I decide what to do with it.
There are a lot of dramas like going on in the cubicle. Like sometimes you see,
If we take this topic for a whole week, we will not finish it.
there are a lot of dramas. Like things will work perfectly if everybody is going to just focus on his craft and then like be responsible about it. But a lot of times everybody wants to pick up another person's job.
Yes.
In fact, you want to neglect your own and see how this person is not doing his own well. So you see people pointing fingers saying this person cannot even do this person cannot even do that, and then leaving your own skill or leaving your own craft or your own responsibility instead of taking out time to build on what you are doing, to be a better person at what you do. All you do is just sit and see how that this person is not picking his own responsibility well, how that this person is not doing well, and how that person is not doing well. In the meantime, you are not even the supervisor of that particular person, but you decide to add it to your own responsibility and then neglecting your own.
And the danger of that is that what makes it worse, rather, is that you don't see those people even coming to those people that they think they are feeling in their own responsibility. Rather, you will hear them. I think that's the danger of that kind of a drama. You will hear them talking outside. You understand? Talking in a mockery way, in a way and manner that even when you get to hear, is not something that let me put it this way, that will even push you to you being better person. Like you said yesterday, I wasn't doing well, and I remember this is how I supposed to pick up, and I supposed to align myself with this person that I feel is better in this angle that can help me and then make me to grow in my own cubicle, to be better at what I'm doing. You find out that they take it in such a way that maybe to look for favor, something.
But
Because-
Solomon,
bec-
you need
be-
to understand that in itself is inevitable. Like as far as you work, as far as you are in a cubicle, you can't take away that you are not all the same with your co-staff or with your colleagues. You did not grow in the same environment, or you didn't have the same training. You understand? So whether you like it or not, people are going to talk. So people should understand that as I work in an organization, in a company, in my business place, people will talk. So what am I supposed to do? Should I stop and throw stone at them? No. Let them talk. You keep building yourself. Keep growing in your own field.
Okay, what the point
You
that
understand? Because I've seen
Joyce,
people that have been derailed because of what others say about them.
yes, that's dangerous. That's bad. But the point I'm trying to make, if you are leaving your own responsibility, you are talking about someone that is not doing. You are all the same. That's the point I'm making. You are all the same. So you don't have a standing, a righteous standing to even talk about that person. Yes.
On
Because
what moral ground are you judging me? On what moral ground? Then I will start remind you how you did not do your own program. When you
One thing that I see is that people lack
lot of drama.
creativity. Well, not that they lack creativity, they don't even want to be creative in themselves. That is why I would be looking at what you're doing and try to
What makes
imitate
you creative? Watching Aki and Popo
And-
every day does not make you
and
creative.
try to imitate what you do. I look at what she's doing and try to imitate what she's doing. Early this year, I think first, people kept sending New Year messages, New Year, and then someone wrote on his status, he said, "What is going on? Why are we sending lengthy message? Why won't you tell me what you feel about the New Year? Why won't you give me your own prayers from your heart? Why are we forwarding messages up and down? Why don't we sit down and be creative to write what we really feel?" So I think it is about we not even being creative at all. That is why I'll be in this cubicle and I'm looking at what the other person is doing and try to imitate, forgetting that
Adiza, what's your name?
forgetting
Jemima.
okay, I'm coming. Forgetting that
Go and come.
forgetting that I find it very easy to do this particular thing that you might be struggling with. You find it easy to do another thing that I am struggling with. It doesn't mean I am not capable enough. It just means that we are good in doing different things. So instead of me learning from what you're doing, I am trying to imitate what you're doing, and that should not be the case. Even in the marketplace, these things happen. You see this person selling, this person selling. I want to, when customers are coming to you, I want to see how I will corner them to come to buy from me. Why don't I be creative to do things out of the box that will make people to come to me? I'm insulting you and saying you're using some diabolic things to bring customers to yourself. It shouldn't be like that. We should learn to think out of the box in our different cubicles.
Yes.
She have come and gone and
So
come
now I
back.
can talk. Okay, now I can talk. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, all the best in your journey of being here.
Say amen.
Jemima, you see, one thing that I like about people who are all out for creativity. They make it. They may not be rich, but they make it. I was called recently by someone, and he said, "Did you see that event you did?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Everybody is trying to come up with a creative industry, a creative outfit." I said, "That's good. Variety is the what?
Spice of life.
So that's good. But you know what? Me that have my tank filled with gas, and people who are buying cars that are newer than mine, but they have only 2 gallons. Who will go further, regardless of the speed of these vehicles? Is the person who is more armed. You talked about creativity. And some people think, well, I'm in the bank. What has it got to do with creativity? It's not an entertainment industry. Why do we carry words and limit them to a portion of life? Reverend Silas Akuriyo was in Shina. If you are hearing the Reverend, we are talking something that is serious here. Joyce, when hearing Daria,
Cool cartoons.
but we need to talk to people about what they do at work. What are the best global practices of your trade today? Do you know it?
A lot of people don't know. Ethics.
What is obtainable
Now.
in your industry today? What is the most significant and the newest application when it comes to banking and finance? They have something different apart from peach tree. What is, when we're talking about trading, what is trending? When we're talking about this, you see, when you align, nobody will give you certificate for aligning. You are just moving with the speed. You are moving. But where you work, your environment, people will know that your own is different. And they will fight you. If you are watching, just know they will fight you. But while they are fighting you, also remember Jesus talking to the people in the book of Mark. He said, a prophet. And he was just being metaphoric. By prophet, it means an engineer a pastor, a teacher, a doctor, a lawyer is not honored in his own hometown. So always remember that. I think it went further to even say, even your family members, they will not honor you. So leave these people that they say will not honor you and look for your honor elsewhere, so that it will be a propelling force for what you are doing. Because who will give you flowers at work? Who will give you flowers? I was telling Joyce a joke that I read on the internet. That close that laptop, they are peak staff of the month. He said they have already peak staff of the month. So when is another month, you can try it.
You can try it.
You see, I'm not working for recognition. I'm not working for recognition. Whether you say, Tony, you are doing well in this industry, or you don't say, I rate myself and I work with my rating. Sir, if you know the best thing that is obtainable in your industry now and you are practicing it, when others practice otherwise, you will know.
You will know. It's true.
So who should make them best over you? In accounting, how far have you gone? Are you still punching calculators?
Or counseling.
Do you understand what I'm saying? This Excel, some people have certificate in Excel. Excel alone, certificate. Some people have certificate. How are you using it? Do you know there are accountants that after putting, what is it called, figures together, Excel will calculate it and give you they still punch calculator. One by one. And when they see, they say, this Excel is telling the truth. And then they put it. There are medical doctors that I hear that they will do surgery on someone and they will even forget one bucket inside the person's tummy. Bucket, full bucket, 24 liters of bucket inside the tummy after they cut it. And scissors and broom and everything. They'll forget it inside somebody's tummy. But what is your global... Jemima, do you know that I see now that people are preaching against tearing people for surgeries? Every surgery now abroad, they don't tear people. They don't even stitch. Should they tear you or the person? There is what they call body gum. At the end, they just gum it. And then it melts within the skin. What is it? What is it? What are we doing? The same camera that you use to shoot is the same camera. Somebody even have a smaller quality. He's using it to make exploits globally. Tell the person that just walked in to work out that we are aware of the time. It's just my mind. You see, I don't know how the way of doing somebody works. But of a truth, Joyce, if you want us to do part 2 of this tomorrow, I think we should do it. It's important that people understand that being at work is the first responsibility that you have taken is that you have come to work. The second responsibility to your family is that you have gone back home. Yes, to your employer, you have come to work. How you go back is your business. And who you go back home to is your business.
It's a business.
So whatever you do, whoever you visit at the end of it is your responsibility. So you have to be responsible per event, per activity.
And in between.
Is
that thing
and
that
in
is on
between.
your table.
You are itching to end the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today's live on Echo Television. A second part of this show would be done tomorrow because we seem not to have exhausted the topic. So we're grateful, Echo Executive, for the time. Thank you, Jemima. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Solomon Sambo Sabe. Thank you, Hassan. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Moses. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, MCR. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Equa TV supporters, we couldn't have done this without you. God bless you wherever you are. Please remember to be nice and kind to one another. See you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Bye-bye and have a great day.